Okay, today we are present about our professional report writing for the subject Engineering Assigment and Oshe, Bmmu 4053. Our group is Group 3 BMMA S1/1. Here is our group member. First, me, Muhammad Aiman Najmi bin Muhammad Sabri. Second, Muhammad Syafiq bin Abdul Talib. Third, Muhammad Badrin bin Syam Suhaimi. Next, Muhammad bin Abdul Hamid. And last, Muhammad Arif Afnan bin Abdul Wahid. Okay, for this assignment, divided by two situations. For first situation, I was doing a safety audit walk around with the facility manager. One day, a shared terminal in January, the country had a continental climate with short, cool winter from December to early March. During the visit, the temperature was 10 degrees below and below 10 degrees again. The terminal consists of separation tanks and storage facility, a loading bay for rail transport and pumping facility. The manager asked the engineer, when did you last test it? He answered quite innocent. We don't test it during the winter because we know that during the winter, the system will not work functionality. Okay, for the second situation, still the same, but the working place is different. I was working at a refinery in Eastern Africa, advising on maintenance and safety management. The country was subject of the US embargo and most of their technical advice come from the Chinese engineer. But one day, they want to change from the Chinese to the African people around that because the refinery is in Eastern Africa. The Chinese had built the refinery and operated it for the last 7 years. So the problem happened when the lack of communication went to change the engineer from Chinese to African people. Okay, next Badrin, can you continue?
Okay, thank you, Aiman. For the first situation, oil and gas shore terminal fire deluge system. Okay, what is this mean? It means modern refineries are built with fire protection in mind, which usually include a deluge sprinkler system. So, as I must say just now, the problem is in the deluge system, which is the engineer don't check the system, especially in winter season, because they know it not work. So, they're very not responsible. They just bend the rule to sit with them, and the way to solve is by hiring someone independent there to do periodic audit. For the morality versus probation, the engineer should speak only the truth and avoid cheating because it can help the environment maintain better surrounding in order to keep the safety of all the workers as the high priority. For the second point, our mind classifies things as good or harmful based on a variety of characteristics. These are the principles that help us define our personalities so that we can tell what is right and what is wrong. The engineering ethic. Because an engineer ethical decision and moral value have an impact on product and service, such as how safe they are to use. The company and its shareholder who believe in the company goodwills, the public and society who trust the company regarding the benefits of the people, the law which is concerned with how legislation affect the profession and industry, the job and its moral responsibilities. Okay, next.
Next is oil and gas shore terminal fire deluge system. The first is about the responsibility. The first point is should be responsible in every task that have been provided to make sure the organization in stable condition and the relationship among engineer or between manager always keep in touch. The second point is manager engineer relationship. The engineer should loyal toward their profession and also the organization. Then it will enhance the relationship between manager and engineers and can prevent from any misunderstanding that can affect the quality of work and outcome. The third point is engineer have a greater duty to society and as a whole because of their design and manufacturing expertise which can either damage or assist individuals. The next point is safety and environment. The safety of the engineer must be the top priority for manager. This conducive environment will be implement. The next point is framing the problem. Engineers should be loyal employees, but only to the extent that their personal and professional commitment do not conflict. As a result, general moral principles such as not cheating and keeping promise should be included in moral belief. The last point is about organizational behavior. Engineers have a greater duty to a society as a whole because of their design and manufacturing expertise, which can either damage or assist individuals. Engineers should be loyal employees, but only to the extent that their personal and professional commitments do not conflict. Next.
Okay, next slide. Arif, can you continue next slide?
Okay, next we are moving to the second situation. Meaning the situation is about hydrocarbon release in a refinery at Eastern Africa. In simple words, hydrocarbon release stand for HCR, oil and gas leak. Okay, what is the problem? The problem arises when the refinery will be handed over from Chinese to the African engineers. Lack of communication happen because they quiet, difficult to speak in English, and sometimes seldom to speak. The worst thing maybe they don't like or trust each other due to different race and culture. Then morality versus profession. The engineer should speak only the truth and avoid cheating because it can help the environment maintain better surroundings in order to keep the safety of oil the worker as the high priority. Next, our minds classify things as good or harmful based on a variety of characteristics. These are the principles that help us define our personalities so that we can tell what is right and what is wrong. Okay. Engineering ethics. Every engineer should communicate each other, although different in language or culture, to reach the required specification which is designed by the company. A person who carefully follows a set of ethical rules may lack moral integrity, whereas a person who occasionally violates ethical norms may have high moral integrity. Next.
Okay, next.
Next, in the discussion with refinery senior management about hydrocarbon release response. First is responsibility. They also must responsible and sensitive with their surrounding to avoid undesirable thing happen. Then, hence, respect among engineers is the essential thing that need to develop in their consign. They should be more responsible toward the problem that happens around them. As an example, a large cloud of vapor occur at the refinery, but the engineer and the manager were unaware about the risk of vapor cloud explosion, which is maybe the source of a small fire on the cracker. Then is the manager engineer relationship. They should advise the engineer and keep contact with them to know the progress of the work and can be the perfect role model. The engineer also need to ask something if they don't know or need some help in order to make sure the quality of the job is in maximum. So that's all from me. Then we have also the discussion with refinery senior management about hydrocarbon release response. The topic is safety and environment. The safety of the engineer must be the top priority for manager. This conducive environment will be implemented. The environment must be clean and free from any dangerous chemical gases such as CO, SO2, and other gas. What the benefit of the healthy environment? This can avoid from disease caused by unhealthy environment, and also this can be make our daily activities more calm. Other than that, if we have a safety environment, the program will can prevent from any accident, illness, injury, and others. Then we have organizational behavior. Everyone must adhere to a set of moral in order to avoid moral degradation, respecting others and ourselves, honoring promise, avoid unneeded issues for others. So the benefit of we are having organizational behavior, we can help the organization to increase the productivity at work. Nothing scream stress overload more than unorganized work environment. The clutter is the enemy of creativity. If you are feeling burnt out and overwhelmed at work, start decluttering your workspace. And then for the last, we have framing the problem. The culture of individual, especially engineer, communicating has an impact on communication style. The company culture will influence how people interact with one another, how processes are created, and how things are prioritized. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, that's all from the assignment. So thank you.